You are having one of those days, the kind where everything feels heavier than it should. You sit down on the couch or you lie on the bed, and before you have said a word, your cat is there, not asking for food, not playing, just there, pressed against you or watching you from a few feet away with that particular stillness that feels different from their usual stillness. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you wonder, do they know? They do. And science can now tell you exactly how. For too long, people have been told that the bond they feel with their cat is a projection, that cats are indifferent, that reading emotion into a cat's behavior is the kind of thing people do when they are lonely or sentimental. That voice has been wrong for decades, and the research that has accumulated in the last few years has made that position increasingly impossible to defend. If you have ever felt that your cat knows when you are struggling, you were not imagining it. You were observing it. And what you are about to hear is the science that finally puts words to what you already knew. How they know. Before we get to what your cat does about it, you need to understand how they know in the first place, because the mechanism is more precise than most people realize. Your cat cannot read your thoughts, but they can read your body with a level of accuracy that should genuinely surprise you. Research on feline olfactory cognition suggests that cats can detect biochemical changes in the human body, shifts in cortisol, adrenaline, and other stress-related compounds through scent alone. When you are sad, anxious, or grieving, your body chemistry changes, and your cat, with roughly 200 million scent receptors compared to your 5 million, detects that change before you have made a single visible movement. But scent is only the beginning. Research on feline social cognition, including studies specifically examining how cats respond to human emotional expressions, suggests that cats also read facial muscle tension, posture, the quality of your breathing, and the subtle acoustic properties of your voice, the speed of your movements, the weight of your footsteps, the way you hold your shoulders. Your cat has been studying you, specifically you, for months or years. They have built a precise internal model of what you look like, sound like, and smell like when you're fine. And when any of those parameters shift, they notice immediately. Not intuition, detection, there is a difference. What they do. Here's the part that most people feel but struggle to explain. Because cats do not respond to human distress the way dogs do. With obvious immediate physical comfort seeking, their response is quieter, more deliberate, and in many ways, more considered. Research on cat behavior in response to owner distress has identified several consistent patterns. Understanding them will change how you read every interaction you have with your cat from this point forward. The first is proximity without demand. When your cat detects emotional distress, many will move into your immediate physical environment without initiating contact. They sit nearby. They settle on the same piece of furniture. They position themselves where they can see you. They are not asking for anything. They are making themselves available. This is not coincidence or comfort seeking on their part. It is a deliberate social behavior documented in cats with strong owner attachment. They are reducing the distance between you without adding to your load. The second is the weight. If you are lying down, many cats will place themselves directly on your body, on your chest, your legs, your feet. Research on the physiological effects of cat contact on human stress responses suggests that the weight, warmth, and purr frequency of a cat resting on the human body produces measurable reductions in cortisol and heart rate. Your cat is not simply comfortable up there. They are doing something. The purr alone, operating at frequencies between roughly 20 and 150 hertz, has documented effects on nervous system regulation. When your cat lies on your chest and purrs while you are struggling, they are not accidentally making you feel better. They are, in the most literal biological sense, treating you. The third is the watch. Some cats, particularly those with stronger attachment styles, will position themselves where they can maintain visual contact with their owner during periods of distress, sitting nearby, oriented toward you, alert but not active. This is the behavior most people describe as their cat just being there. It is not passive. It is a form of active social monitoring documented in bonded cats that communicates something very specific in feline language. I am here. I am paying attention. You are not alone in this room. Has your cat ever done any of these things on a day when you were struggling and you understood even without words that they knew? Tell us in the comments, because what you describe in that moment is not sentiment, it is observation, and it deserves to be named. Why it is real. There is a particular kind of pain that comes with loving a cat deeply in a world that does not take that love seriously. You have probably felt it. Someone says it is just a cat, and something in you knows with complete certainty that they are wrong. But you have not always had the language to explain why. Here is the language. Research on the human-animal bond, including studies measuring oxytocin levels during cat-human interaction, confirms that the attachment between a cat and their person activates the same neurological pathways as human social bonding. The comfort your cat provides when you are sad is not a substitute for human connection. It is its own category of connection with its own biological reality, its own measurable effects on your body and your nervous system. When your cat comes to you on a hard day, they are not filling a gap. They are doing something that only they can do, in the way that only they do it, with a precision and a quietness that asks nothing of you in return. You do not have to perform wellness for your cat. You do not have to explain yourself. You do not have to be okay. They already know you are not. And they came anyway. That is not projection. That is a relationship. The loop. There is one more thing that the research reveals, and it is the part that changes everything about how you understand this relationship. Most people think of the comfort a cat provides as one directional. Cat detects distress. Cat comes closer. Human feels better. End of transaction. But research on the physiological effects of human-animal interaction tells a more complete story. When you are struggling and your cat comes to you and you reach out and touch them or simply allow them to rest against you, something happens in both directions simultaneously. Your cortisol drops, your heart rate slows, the activation of your stress response begins to decrease. This part most people know, or at least feel. What most people do not know is that research measuring stress indicators in cats during owner distress found that bonded cats also show elevated stress markers when their owner is struggling. Your cat is not indifferent to your pain. They are affected by it. And when they come to you and the contact is made, their stress indicators decrease too. You regulate each other simultaneously, bidirectionally, without words, without negotiation, without any conscious decision on either side. Think about that for a moment. In that quiet exchange, you on the couch, weight of the day on you, your cat pressed against your side, two nervous systems are actively calming each other. Two bodies are exchanging something real, something measurable, something that has a name in the research literature, even if it has never had a name in your living room. You have always known that your cat needs you, the food, the safety, the routine, the warmth, but this is different. This is your cat needing your presence the way you need theirs. not as a resource, as a relationship, not one way, both ways, always. What nobody says out loud. If you have ever lost a cat, or if you are watching a cat age and feeling the anticipatory weight of that, you already know that what you feel for them is not proportional to how the world treats that loss. The grief is real. The silence that follows is real. And the fact that most people around you will not understand the depth of it does not make it smaller. What the science confirms is this: the bond was real. The detection was real. The comfort was real. Every time your cat came to you on a hard day and stayed, that was not accident and it was not coincidence. It was a living being with a nervous system and an attachment and a precise internal model of you, choosing to be present for you in the only way available to them. You were seen by them every single time, and the next time your cat settles beside you on a difficult evening, before you have said a word, before you have cried, before you have done anything except sit down with the weight of the day on you, you will know exactly what is happening and why. But here is the thing: knowing that your cat feels what you feel and comes to you because of it is only half of the picture. The other half is what you might be doing without knowing it that quietly gets in the way of that same bond. 8 things. Most owners do all of them. And the last one is something almost everyone does out of pure love. That is what the next video is about. It is on your screen right now.